Hi everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the Agriculture and Rural Development Current Affairs series that is currently going on for the NABARD Grade A 2025 examination. And this is second part for the May. So currently we are covering all the news that are there that are related to ARD in the May month, and we cover them weekly. Alright. So in today's video we will cover the news of May, but one thing I really want to highlight that when we will look at the news today, these are not very like straightforward news that can be asked in your multiple choice question format in ARD section, but I really want to tell this to you all that reading current affairs not necessarily mean to get marks in the examination. Sometimes it means to understand that what are the things that are going on in the sector in India, because that would help you to understand the current conditions, how we are going through it, and these things would actually generate that interest of you in the organization, because NABARD works for it. And also these are the things that help you to develop a perspective and come up with good answer in interviews, right? I do understand the thinking of interview is a very like far-fetched thing. I do understand that, but I would recommend you all that just don't just study the mugging up part of the news for the clearing the exam, but also be interested in other news that are there in ARD, so that you can actually feel connected and motivated to be part of the organization. All right, so today we will talk about the three such news. One is about the cooperative dairy sector. There was a recently meeting conducted by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Mr. Amit Shah. So what were like points that were touched, and so we will discuss about it. If you don't know what is cooperative society, we will talk about that also. Then आपका KVIC they recently celebrated World Bee Day 2025. तो वो क्या celebrate किया, what was the theme might be asked in your current affairs, or when was it celebrated, but lesser chances, but still we will read about it. And finally जो हमारा food security है, जो authority of India है, FSSAI, they calls for crackdown on illegal fruit ripening practices. So FSSAI has been saying it for years. They have been highlighting some of the chemicals and compounds which cannot be used for the ripening of the fruits, but still we are doing it. So like what was the thing about it, we will talk about it. Okay, so starting off with the first news which talks about the cooperative dairy sector में जो एक अभी मीटिंग कंडक्ट हुई थी, so about sustainability in cooperative dairy sector. तो वहाँ पे first let's understand like what are cooperatives. ठीक है, तो cooperative actual में it's about all people coming together for a common cause. When they have common needs, common wants, they work for a common goal, they can come together, okay, and they can meet their economic, social and cultural needs. Now for example, I'll give you a very simple example. There were like three people who had, because currently this news is about dairy sector, so I will take example of that. Now three people have like one cow each, and it was giving like only 5 kg, okay, all people, they were just getting 5 kg from their cows. Okay, now this was amount which was very less, and they could just distribute it to the nearby people, and they were getting very minimal amount for that, right? But what if they three have come together and now they had 15 kg, and now they can bargain to any big dairy, or maybe big mithai wala, right? The person who sells dairy products, and maybe these mithais and everything, sweets and everything. Now these three, because now they have huge amount 15 kg, now they can go to some higher or richer person or richer industry, they can go there and then sell this product, and they would have gotten better rates for it, right? आप खुद ही इसको imagine करो, anything that you're selling in rural India, they are comparatively cheaper in nature, right? But similar thing if you sell in urban areas, because there the purchasing power is more, so people are they are fine to pay extra, right? So similarly, when they were having individual 5 kg, they were selling it into the market, they were having like lesser benefit, lesser money they were getting. But now three have come together, and now they are this cumulatively 15 kg they are selling to some higher authority, some better industry, they were getting better money for it. So this is how this concept of cooperative dairy sector it actually came into being. But then this cooperative wala concept, it was then distributed to the other parts of ARD section also, sectors also, जैसे कि बेसिक एग्रीकल्चर हो गया, रूरल डेवलपमेंट में, इन सब चीज़ों में भी आपका इस्तेमाल हुआ. ठीक है, so they have common aspiration and they jointly work together so that they can have better output, better outcome of that. Okay. And one more thing I want to highlight, that if when cooperatives are made, it is easier for cooperatives to go and take loan instead of going individually into the bank, right? Because when it's like when more people are involved for a cause, so it gives confidence to bank as well that they can retrieve their money back. But if just there's one farmer, and it becomes very uncertain, especially in the agriculture industry nowadays, that maybe you can get back your loan or maybe not, right? So being a cooperative actually serves the purpose better, and you can actually thrive more. And also adding to it, if you are working together, the input that you are using, everybody would be paying for it, so it becomes a little bit cheaper for you. Jaise for example, मान लो in cooperative sector only, now cows, they need to eat something, right? उनको चारा चाहिए, they need feed and fodder so that they can sustain, right? Now if one farmer went for his one cow, he would buy small amount, right? So it would be expensive for them. But now if three people are going, so they require that food in bulk. And whenever anything that you take in bulk, it becomes a little bit, it you get it in a cheaper rate, right? So similar thing applies here, and also to the other ARD sectors also. लेकिन ये cooperative society का concept था. यहाँ पे एक meeting conduct हुई थी. What were the key points that were touched? First of all, white revolution 2.0 was touched. So देखो, white revolution first happened आपका पहले back in 1970s, like in that time period, when the aim was to increase the milk production in India. That was like headed by Dr. Varghese Kurian, right? Now we are talking about White Revolution 2.0, because we are now like the largest milk producer and consumer also in the world. So we have succeeded in White Revolution first 1.0. Now 2.0, it talks about including technology now in agriculture sector, in the, I'm sorry, in the dairy industry, what I mean, ठीक है, कि आपकी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा science and technology use हो. Apart from that, upgrading the existing breed so that we can have like the better produce from them. ठीक है, तो ये upgradation at the scientific level, now it is the more emphasis it is done in the White Revolution 2.0, so that like sustainable or circular economy create हो पाए. What is circular economy? So basically it talks about that whatever the waste is generated in like one sector, it must be utilized as a raw material in another sector, so that there is like no very least you can say wastage that happens. ठीक है, तो ये कंसेप्ट है सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी का, कि एक चीज एक जगह से दूसरे का जाते रहे. ठीक है, इसके अलावा in this meeting the new cooperative society were also established. Like it was expected, or it was like pitched, that three multi state cooperative society will be established. The first one we focus on the food of animal, right? Means taking care of the animals, because ultimately for the thriving of this dairy industry, the animals should be of good health, right? How will they be good health? When they are getting good food, right? When the disease control is done. In artificial insemination, it talks about choosing best breeds, or choosing best bulls, okay, which have high quality genes, taking out their semen and then inserting it into the female body, so that the new progeny that will come, it will be of better genes. तो इसको artificial insemination बोलते हैं. Why this needs to be promoted? Because if not every farmer can afford a high quality bull, because they are sold in crores, not even in lakhs, crores, and you can understand not every farmer can do so, right? So if there is a facility that is given by government, it's like a semen bank. This is the concept that is given by government, where the farmer, they can just go, they can take up they can take up that semen from whatever genetically mm, pure bull. They can take it, and then they can with the help of the professionals, they can fertilize their cows which they have at home. And similar concept is of embryo also, or egg also, where for example, if I was a farmer and my even the cow is not of like good gene wali cow, so what I can do from these bank, I can even take directly embryo, which is like where the male female has only already been mated. Yeah, I can take up eggs also of like high quality cows, so that these can be incorporated in the low quality means low gene purity wali cow. The progeny will be of high quality. ठीक है, I hope you're not getting confused. वैसे बहुत simple सी चीज़ है. If you had a cow at home, right, and she's not of good genes, but there is another cow which is of good genes, so whatever eggs she release, those are taken and inserted into the first or our female our cow body, so that the progeny will be of hygiene quality. ठीक है, तो ये सब चीजें एक मल्टी cooperative society will take care of that. Another will talk about development of cow dung management models so that fuel can be biofuel can be generated from it. And third talks about circular use of dead cattle remains. What does it mean? For example, cow dies naturally, right? Maybe for example she gives milk for a certain duration and after that with age she dies, right? Now instead of just burying them, you can utilize, again that circular economy comes into the picture, that whatever now is remain that can be utilized. For example, the skin can be used as a leather because now that cow has died, right? So the skin can be used as leather, the bones and the fats they are used in your pharmaceutical industries, okay? That can be used for it. In fact, fertilizers it can be used, जो bone meal वगैरह होते हैं सब fertilizer industry में भी use होते हैं. So means to mm, to use as much as possible, to reduce the waste as much as possible, circular use of dead cattle remains का भी concept जो गवर्नमेंट है वो एस्टैब्लिश करना चाह रही है वाया द मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज. इसके अलावा इन दिस मीटिंग कार्बन क्रेडिट बेनिफिट्स के भी बारे में जिक्र हुआ. द डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ऑफ कार्बन क्रेडिट टू फार्मर्स विल बी डन थ्रू साइंटिफिक मॉडल. व्हाट इज दिस कार्बन क्रेडिट? देखो, इफ देर इज अ क्लोज स्पेस and there are like two industry, one industry is this, another industry is this, because देखो global warming is increasing, so we have to first of all take care of increase of carbon dioxide because this is what which is maximum contributing to global warming. So now people or stakeholders all across the world, now they are thinking of controlling or they're trying to control carbon dioxide. Now what is the concept of carbon credit? For example, this was a closed system where there were two industries, okay? Government said that you can in total what you can do in total, you can release for example 50 kg of carbon dioxide one and 50 kg of carbon dioxide second wala, ठीक है? I'm just giving you a random example, ठीक है? Now what happened, this first industry it tried it best, but what it did, it released 55 kg, but what was the limit? 50 kg. Now in usual scenario that particular industry will be charged money for releasing extra carbon dioxide in the normal scenario, okay? But what happened, second industry controlled and they managed to release only 45 kg in a particular year. Please keep in mind we have to have a certain duration to measure this. So for example, in a year it just released 45 kg only, okay? Now what first industry will do, it will approach to the second industry, it will say, hey, I have released extra carbon dioxide and you have extra credit for in you, right? You have 5 kg extra credit in you, so why not you sell me this credit and I will pay you. And let me tell you this, this payment in between the industry, it will be very less costly as compared to what the penalty which the industry would have to give to the government, okay? So what will this first industry do, it will purchase the carbon credits from B industry. Why would B want to sell it? Of course it is getting money for it, so why won't it sell, right? It had some extra carbon credit, so it sold it to industry 1, okay? Now industry 1 will go to the government and it will say, see, my and the second industry, we are together and in this carbon credit wala case, and if you look at it cumulatively, I have not exceeded the limit, because overall we both were assigned 100 kg of release and we have overall have released 100 kg only, okay? So this is the case of carbon credit. So in this carbon credit wala concept, first of all what will be done, the farmers, they will be aware about this new concept. Then what will happen, they would choose such they would follow such practices in this dairy industry, because dairy industry mein animals are involved, they are releasing a lot of carbon dioxide. Not only that, but even the methane gas also, right? But they, when they will be first aware about that, they will be also trained that what are the different steps they can follow in their dairy industry, which will help them to reduce the carbon credit. And if they reduce the carbon credit, there are a lot of industries who are exceeding it, then these farmers will have in fact better chances to get the extra source of income by selling those carbon credit to the those industry, okay? If 1% of you are getting confused like how this measuring is done, so basically there are people who are being assigned for such job, that as per what is the work that is done in an industry, what is the possible carbon dioxide that can be released by this industry in a particular year. For example, in case of dairy industry, it will be always check like what are the how many number of animals are there, ठीक है, what is their height, weight, what sort of breed varieties of I'm sorry, what sort of breeds are there. All these things are then calculated, then the whoever people those are involved in the administration, they give an idea, okay, as per the products they have, this is how much carbon dioxide they might release in a particular year. So this gave them the idea, ठीक है. तो कार्बन क्रेडिट का कंसेप्ट को बताना. And strengthening cooperatives, again of course this talking about bringing everybody together, right, so that it can the dairy sector can flourish more. About this the discussion was done. Now so the second news is KVIC, which is Khadi and Village Industry Commission. उन्होंने अभी recently World Bee Day celebrate करा on 20th May. So it can be asked in your general awareness वाला कि World Bee Day कब celebrate होता है, तो May 20th को होता है every year, ठीक है. And this year's what was the theme? So that was be inspired by nature to nourish us all, ठीक है. कभी कभी डायरेक्टली पूछ लेते हैं what are the themes, ठीक है. तो इसमें वैसे इतना कुछ ज्यादा आपको ध्यान रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's just that on 20th of May World Bee Day is celebrated every year. And this year the theme was be inspired by nature and nourish us all. After that there were like some achievements, because KVIC they talk about they focus on the apiculture and like beekeeping wala thing. So they talked about that what they have done in the particular year, like अभी तक उन्होंने क्या क्या करा है for improving the apiculture in India. What is apiculture? Rearing of honey, these bees for the sake of honey, that is known as apiculture. ठीक है, तो ये सब data you need not to remember, कोई memorize करने की जरूरत नहीं है. But हाँ, like if you want to read about it कि क्या क्या achievements हैं हम पे, like you can talk about it. But the major news about this is कि 20 मई को मनाते हैं, and the theme was be inspired by nature to nourish us all, ठीक है. Now third is about the crackdown on illegal fruit ripening practices. In fact this news came few months before also, when this mango season was near, because usually every year it happens that to ripen mango pretty early, calcium carbide is used. But this is a very toxic chemical, you can say it is very toxic chemical, and it has a lot of health risk, I'm sorry, ठीक है. First of all, it releases acetylene gas, ठीक है, which has like cancerous property. It can cause cancer, it causes like digestive issues, and in fact ulcers in your stomach. Ulcers are what, जो जैसे छाले जिनको हिंदी में बोलते हैं, that can be developed in your stomach lining, ठीक है. And in fact prolonged exposure can also cause nervous and respiratory system. देखो, एक तो because people who will be very continuously or for a very long time consuming these such kind of mangoes who are ripened by calcium carbide, of course they also would face these issues, that is for sure. But the people who are involved, right, because usually who are the peoples who will be mixing them with the chemicals? The labor class, right? Labor class are not much aware of it, and they require money. Even if they have to like face through all this lethality, they will go for it, like वो toxic environment में रहेंगे. But the people who are directly in contact, who are actually mixing up the chemicals with mango so that they can ripen and everything, those people are at major risk. Those people can all, they have higher chances of getting this cancer, getting the respiratory problems or nervous problem. That is why in fact before also FSSAI, they came up with the circular that people should not follow this, right? But still people do that, right? So abhi currently it's mango season and it's the initial stage. So currently the mangoes that are in market, most probably most of them are being ripened through calcium carbide, ठीक है. तो इसलिए government has said, means the FSSAI, they told the unions, the states government and the union territory government to please look about it that not such things are used, ठीक है. और इसके अलावा क्या होता है, इसके अलावा कुछ alternatives भी है, ठीक है. FSSAI also understand that people want to have business, they have to have a business, right? So if they are restricting something, FSSAI has given an option that what you can do, if you don't use calcium carbide, but you can use ethaphon, okay? And but there is also a particular way which you have to use this particular chemical. देखो what happens, ethylene is a gas, okay? It's a hormone, and it is the only gaseous hormone that exists in the fruits or the plants, okay? अब इथाइलिन गैस से क्या होता है, इथाइलिन गैस इज दैट हार्मोन विच एक्चुअली promote this ripening, ठीक है. So what FSSAI suggested that एथेफॉन की हेल्प से, दिस इज अ केमिकल विच जैसे जैसे योर कैल्शियम कार्बाइड इट रिलीजेस एथाइलिन गैस, राइट, सिमिलर टू दैट जो आपका एथेफॉन है इट रिलीजेस इथाइलिन गैस. सो गवर्नमेंट हैज सेड दैट व्हाट यू कैन डू, एथेफॉन केमिकल का यूज करो, ओके, कीप द एथेफॉन केमिकल, इट विल रिलीज द इथाइलिन गैस, ठीक है. इथाइलिन गैस इज अ नेचुरल हार्मोन, and then when this gas is released, your whatever like fruits you have kept, those will ripen themselves, ठीक है. बट यहाँ पे भी it's been seen that कुछ misuse हो रहा है ना. what is the misuse, that you know, to save up time, because you can imagine for yourself, you have kept the chemical, it will take its own sweet time to you know to evaporate this gas, ठीक है. and then ripening will happen, it's at the own pace, and the labor, not labor but I would say the people who are in charge, they would don't want to waste that much time, ठीक है. So how they are misusing it, they are actually you know directly submerging these mangoes, or in fact for that sake banana also, ठीक है, because we are talking about overall fruits, ठीक है. even bananas also, they are directly putting it into the chemical so that this process it fastens, ठीक है. but it is wrong, because if directly it's being done, if directly it is immersed in this chemical, then we will face a lot of health hazards, ठीक है. So they have given the permission for एथेफॉन but not directly, indirectly, and FSSAI have said that state government and UT governments, that is union territory government, should check upon it that it is followed, ठीक है. इसके अलावा कुछ some traders what they are doing, they are using harmful wax or fungicides, ठीक है, these सब use कर रहे हैं so that you know shelf life can increase of the crop. shelf life मतलब they can sustain for longer days, they look good in appearance but in actual these wax are very harmful for consumption, ठीक है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें इसमें मेंशन की गई थी. एंड कंज्यूमर अवेयरनेस भी एफएसएसआई फैलाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. एडवाइजेस कंज्यूमर टू आइडेंटिफाई नेचुरली राइपन मैंगोज बाय द स्वीट अरोमा आएगा उसमें, मिक्स ग्रीन येलो कलरिंग एंड एबिलिटी टू सिंक इन वाटर. इफ दे आर नॉट सिंकिंग इन वाटर, मे बी दे हैव बीन केमिकली दे हैव बीन राइपेंड, ठीक है. तो इन सब चीज़ों को ध्यान रखने के लिए एफएसएसएआई ने हमको भी बोला है. सो दैट वाज अबाउट इट. 3 न्यूज़ थी बट आई थिंक लाइक दीज वर गुड वंस. एंड एआरडी सेक्शन में कम ही न्यूज़ आती है, वैसे इतनी ज़्यादा जल्दी जल्दी आती नहीं है. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सेज अंडर द न्यू मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी प्लान विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट वन ऑफ द प्रपोज्ड एरिया, ठीक है. किन किन चीज़ों की बात हुई थी, तो आर्टिफिशियल इंसेमिनेशन एंड एनिमल फीड की हाँ बात हुई थी. काउडंग बेस्ड बायोगैस जनरेशन, येस इट वॉज टॉक्ड अबाउट इट. डेड कैटल रिमेन, येस. क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंट ब्रीड इंप्रूवमेंट की बात हुई है बट क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंट अभी हमने नहीं टच करा है, ठीक है. डिजीज कंट्रोल एंड लाइफस्टॉक की बात की थी, तो ऑप्शन डी आपका क्या है, दैट इज द राइट आंसर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, व्हाट वाज द थीम ऑफ वर्ल्ड बीज डे 2025 सेलिब्रेटेड बाय केवीआईसी, और कब हुआ था इसको भी बताओ आप, ठीक है. एंड देन इट हैव व्हाट वाज द थीम, सो दैट वाज ऑप्शन नंबर सी, बी इंस्पायर्ड बाय नेचर टू नरिश अस ऑल, ठीक है. एंड देन नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अकॉर्डिंग टू एफएसएसएआई व्हिच केमिकल बैंड फॉर फ्रूट राइपनिंग, एकदम बैंड है, स्टिल पीपल आर यूजिंग बट इट इज बैंड, सो इट इज योर ऑप्शन नंबर डी, कैल्शियम कार्बाइड. ध्यान रखना, ठीक है. एंड दिस इज अ होमवर्क क्वेश्चन फॉर यू ऑल. वैसे देखो कभी कभी आपको डायरेक्ट नहीं इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं, एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव ट्राइड टू मेक दिस क्वेश्चन. ट्राई टू डू दिस. So that is all in this video. I hope you found this session fruitful. For more such videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join a Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. So thank you everybody for watching the lecture, and all the very best for your exam.